Brock Lesnar comes out with his Megadeth shirt on, and my God, he's just full on aw shucks cowboy Brock. He asks if you saw the Royal Rumble. Well, it sucked because I was thrown over the top rope by Bobby Lashley. Bobby who?
Yeah.
Boy, he really wanted to get this Bobby who over. And after about the third time where 5 fans yelled out his last name, he just gave up on it and just started calling him Bobby Lashley. This was an attempt at, I guess, coming up with his own callback line for the audience. And I imagine in his brain, he was imagining 10,000 people screaming, Bobby who? Bobby Lashley. And the place just roars back at Brock, and he's got him in the palm of his hand. This was a big swing and a miss.
There are moments from the Brock Lesnar run of several years ago where he was trying new things almost every single week that were very out of character for him. Like things like the boob box, just other crazy weird things that were highly entertaining for Brock Lesnar at the time. And maybe this was designed to be one of those, Brock tries something new, and Brock seems to be in a mood where he's willing to do a whole lot of different. And this was, unfortunately, the type of different we never want to see out of a Brock Lesnar. This sort of pattern promo. Honestly, I don't know if it would have worked for anybody, and certainly not somebody who I would say still has a bit of a limited abilities on the microphone as a Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he was taking all his notes from Dax, including the y'alls in there to make him more relatable.
Have you ever tried that?
No,
I don't think
I could.
For you?
I don't think it would come off natural from me. I don't think it would be. I don't think I would connect with people by talking to y'all. So he talks about how Bobby's been in his head all week when he was ice fishing, when he was eating steak, when he was in bed with his wife. After 4 to 5 hours, then he was back thinking about Lashley. Because, he can go for hours. He's Brock Lesnar.
Well, doing what? We don't know. He could have been just, reading.
Crossword puzzle?
Reading on his Kindle. We don't know what he's doing.
Shooters Weekly. I don't know. What magazine would he have on his Kindle? I don't know.
Do magazines publish weekly anymore? I guess a gun magazine might, yeah.
Carnivore
Digest? Yeah. Okay. What magazines do what books do? Why are we assuming this man does not read literature, okay? Why are we assuming magazines?
He's definitely read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe a few times. C.S. Lewis.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Okay, I'm trying to think of what the joke is there, but
nothing, no joke, just a book that came to mind. Under his in his $5 denim jacket, he's got a multi-million-dollar contract for Bobby Lashley at Elimination Chamber. So is Brock putting up the money for this? Are there can't be pay-per-view points attached in here? Are they getting a cut of the Peacock subscription numbers? How is he guaranteeing this multi-million-dollar
I imagine
match?
It's how Conor McGregor would challenge Michael Chandler to a fight. Conor McGregor is the draw, so he holds the keys to $1 million matchup, and maybe that's what Brock was able to offer here.
Well, he tells Lashley to sign this contract if you've got any balls. So Lashley comes out to defend his testicles, and he goes over their history, that they've had 2 singles matches, each has won one, but then I eliminated you at the Rumble. So I've got the leverage. So he takes the contract. He's going to have his agent, his manager, and his lawyer look it over, and he'll take it under consideration and asks, are you surprised that Bobby Who has one up on you?
God.
What we got here was 10 minutes of t-shirts that will never see the light of day that they were really hoping for. Yeah. And Lesnar hits an F5 to Lashley. Crowd chants for another. So he hits Lashley with a second F5. And we'll have a contract signing next week in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I think they're going to sign the contract. That's my guess.
There's a good chance, yeah. Maybe the big news coming out of this is that it's slated for the Chamber and not WrestleMania. So does that open the door for a different opponent for either man?
I would say yes. I don't see you doing this back to back.
I don't see it either.
This is a rubber match. Unless you have absolutely no options for Lesnar beyond this and you do some kind of non-finish. But to me, I don't see that happening. I would venture to guess that they're probably going in different directions after Montreal.
So, I would say this is pretty big speculation about who a potential Brock Lesnar WrestleMania opponent could be. Who?
Bobby who?
Yeah. Obviously, like the big conversation at least a few weeks ago was still Stone Cold Steve Austin at least at one point being offered a Brock Lesnar match. Does this open up those discussions again, you think?
It would sound like something major would have had to have shifted at that point, which there's no indication it has. Like the last was that Austin was not wrestling on that show. I'm not expecting that one.
And what about a Gunther?
Listen, I think it's a great match. They're obviously very, very high on Gunther, and they booked him in such a way at the Rumble. So I don't think you can discount that option unless they have something in their back pocket for Brock. But when you're looking up and down the roster, it's unless you're going somewhere way outside left field. I don't know how many people make sense if you're eliminating Lashley from the mix and looking at who else would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like Braun, you've been there, done that. That doesn't sound fresh or that big. And yeah,
I'm hoping it's Gunther.
I think Gunther's hoping it's Gunther. Gargano and Dexter Lumis walk up to Candice LeRae, who's getting ready for her match, and Dexter has drawn a picture of the Gargano family with Nikki watching over the family, and then Candice turns around and sees Nikki in the background and goes after her. I didn't know what this was, nor do I want to know what this is, but
it's a continued effort to try to push, whatever this Nikki Cross character is supposed to be. She just randomly shows up, and now it looks like she'll have some sort of, maybe, I'm guessing, a bit of a permanent role attached to Candice.
She's haunting the Garganos?
Sure. Like, I mean, in a way that Dexter Lumis used to. So you know what? I don't know. Maybe
she'll come into the family.
Maybe Indy will have some competition. Maybe
maybe Dexter will have a new love interest.
That's it.
It's moved on from Indy and on to Nikki.
Could be.
Okay.